It,
Hello and welcome to another horror review. I'm joined once again by Chris as we continue along the Graboid trail with Tremors 7, Shrieker Island. Released in 2020, this movie tells the story of a group of hunters who, while going after a group of genetically modified Graboids, face all-out war against the larger, intelligent Graboids and the swiftly multiplying Shriekers. This film was released straight to VOD and oh my god indeed. How have we got here? Like, how did this happen?
so what'd you think?
Did you read the show notes?
Yes, I did.
The show notes were nearly just going to be one line.
I liked your first one.
Yeah, just fuck this movie.
Oh.
Fuck this movie indeed. Right, that's it. Right, we're going home. Done.
Oh my gosh.
What an absolute... No, there's no escape. You have to stay and go through this with me. We've been up to this point, so you have to bloody stay and suffer the pain as well.
Yeah, I will say they definitely tried for a more serious approach. Like some movies was taken out. Like they made an attempt, but they also took away all the fun that was the whole purpose of this.
The thing is, you can and this is just 2020s, right? This is just 2020s writing, 2020s language, 2020s fucking miserable bastards who don't know fun if it bites them in the arse. People trying to make entertainment who don't know what entertainment is, don't know what fun is, don't know how. Sorry. That's what I think about it. Fucking. So they're ripping off as many franchises as possible and taking ideas that have been done before better and just making it a mishmash of absolute dog shit.
Yeah,
like
it's like they told
this is what participation. This is what the culture of giving people participation trophies causes. Because somebody's went to the director of the script. Look at this thing. Look at this, and they've got pat on the head. Yeah, very good. We'll make it for you.
Yeah, it definitely seems like they took a AI and they said, "Look at the previous Tremors movies. Also, look at Jurassic Park, Megalodon. What are some of the other ones?
Did you get the Predator references? Did you get the reference Predator by any chance?
Yep, Predator. And a little
like
subtle,
if you didn't after the
subtle.
first, if you didn't, yeah, after the first 3 subtle references, and then the 7 beating you over the head, we're referencing Predator. Fucking do. Notice that?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah. So they just said like this AI, like just create a script. Yeah. Yeah.
Holy shit!
And there was no fun. Like that's the whole point of these movies. It's supposed to be, even though this director, which is the same director, doesn't really get comedy, at least, there were moments like in the last one in 6 where he's like, my balls are in the Guinness Book of Balls. Like, at least there's some fun. This movie had none of that.
I think that was accidental.
That one might have been accidental. That's fair.
Yeah, I think that was accidental. I don't think that purposely. These fuckers don't know what fun is. And yeah, by the way, if you're offended by swearing, stand by, because this is... I'm pretty riled up about this movie. I'm really friggin' annoyed. Bunch of bastards. That's talk about taking a franchise and pissing all over it. Like, Disney would be proud. Is that what they're trying to do? They're all trying to get a Disney contract. So they're going, here, look, here's something that people really loved. So watch what we do to it. Look, can we have a job? Can we have a job? That's what they're fucking doing with us. Oh, man. Right, so to start off,
Levi's on the chat. What's up, Levi? I want to read yours. Levi, we're ready for your script, Levi. I want to read yours.
Remember that other better movie? Have you watched it? Yeah, friggin' you're beating over the head with the reference. Remember this movie? Pretend it's that, because this is shit. So pretend it's that movie and give us your money, peasant. Oh dear. So yeah, to start off with, is it Jurassic Park 2 that did the island?
I'm not sure which one, but
those movies
had
are pretty, like the first one, cool. The rest are absolutely wank. You know what I mean? But you just right.
It got bad to me when they started saying like it's bad enough just to have an apex predator dinosaur back. That's not enough. Now we have to make the dinosaur smart.
Yeah, God, what was that?
And we have to do, like make it like a genius, and we.
Oh shit, that's right. They did that. God, they've ripped that off as well.
That's what they're doing with this. They just
copy and paste. That's basically what this movie is. Copy and paste from other things, and throw it together and see what happens.
Exactly.
Holy shit.
And Megalodon, they did the same thing. They made the sharks super smart.
Yeah.
It's like they've done this before. Like, can't you just leave it?
And what do you call the one with Sam Jackson? He got eaten with the smart sharks as well.
And the thing is I think that was Megalodon, right? Unless I'm confused.
It's the one with
with another one. Megalodon?
God, your internet really doesn't want you to take part in this review. Your ISP's rebelling.
You know what?
Ah, shit, man. We've broke Chris already. Here's a good start. This is a,
I'm gonna leave it.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
All right, cool. We're gonna try and having a few technical difficulties. I think the universe is just going, don't talk about this movie. Just try and forget it exists. But we can't. You can't do this franchise, and you have to acknowledge the bad, awful bits. And Jesus Christ, this is bad. Deep Blue Sea. Yes, that's the one with the super smart sharks. But the thing is, I don't want to go too into the movie until Chris gets back, but they're saying they're super smart graboids, but I didn't see it. They've done nothing in this movie different from any previous movies. Like, it's terrifying. The whole point of these creatures is they're just natural. They're like alligators. You know what I mean? They're opportunistic. They can wait for ages if they know there's prey nearby. They can, hibernate, etc. And there's no malice in them. They're just doing what they do. And that's terrifying enough that them just being what they are is a threat there. And then when it comes across, that's enough for this franchise. All you need to do is then put them in new and different situations and just make it fun. That's all you need to do with this. These Muppets are trying to be smart, and they're not. That's a thing that really grinds my gear. Stupid people trying to be smart.
Yeah.
Because it's so insulting. It's like, you're not an intellectual. You're not a high artist. You know what I mean?
I had to talk my internet into coming back for this review.
It's like, come on, it's the worst. Come on, it's going to get better after this. We're going to, it's just part of it. You like patting your reader, going, there. Come on, just give me one last time. Look, it's not going to be free ever.
But yeah, it definitely took like aspects of so many other movies and tried to
except Tremors.
Except Tremors. That's a great point. Like, it lost all of the good points, the heart, the fun, the comedy, the relationships. They just devoid of all of that. I can see
Jesus,
why.
yeah, we'll have to.
Why. Thank you for giving us a warning on this one. I appreciate it.
Yeah, at least thanks Levi, because at least we were primed for this.
Yeah, yeah,
Because this would have been a kick to the bits.
yeah.
Like
Absolutely.
if we were expecting anything good and went in and watched it, I'd just be like, oh, just collapse in front of the TV, going, oh.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
The Universal doesn't want you to talk about this one. Well, fuck Universal. I'm talking about it. Bring it up. I don't give a shit.
You know what's funny though is I actually want another movie. Like I've been having so much fun with the reviews, and I really love some of the characters. I love Bert, and I kind of want to. I wouldn't want them to make a movie like this, but I'd love to see another one in the series. I hope they don't end it, especially with the way this ended. I hope they don't leave it like this.
That's done. Like, I
Yeah,
think Michael Gross is like, I need out of this. Look, the writing was on the when we watched Tremors 5, the writing was on the wall. This was going this direction. I called it back then. It's like this is not going a good place. And when I read up and we found out that Stampede Entertainment had been cut loose by Universal because they wanted to be big dogs and like we want to own everything. You just know what it was like.
yeah.
The only thing is, Universal doesn't have as bad a reputation as the likes of Disney or Warner Brothers or Amazon.
Hold my beer, they said with this one.
Right, fucking right. You think you can ruin franchises? We're going for it.
Yeah.
Dear. Michael loves these movies. Doing until he dies. 100% Universal's idea. Oh, right. Okay. Well, even he's seen the writing on the wall. I know he, at the end of the day, he's an actor. He's not going to slag off something that he's part of. Especially, I think he does a lot of conventions, if I'm right.
Yeah.
So he's not going to, I mean.
And he cared about this product. Like in the beginning where he looks old, and he actually, grew that beard out himself. He actually physically made himself look as bad as he did in the beginning. Like as an actor, he didn't phone it in. Like he was given the script and he tried to do
No,
the
I have no problem with Michael Gross whatsoever. He is fantastic. He is the glue that has held us together.
right,
The problem is, there's only so much you can do with shitty material.
right.
And you can be invested as anything in a franchise. Look at Henry Cavill. If you need a modern example of franchise, he's a massive Witcher fan, and look what they served him, and they degenerated him, and they just treated him like shit. So he ended up leaving. They did the same here. It's just maybe people aren't as aware, but exactly the same thing. Oh no, we can't have the strong male lead, and oh no, he might be perceived as having the wrong think or the wrong perception. We can't show these survivalists as human. That just doesn't cut today. You can just tell the way the gears are turning.
Yeah,
Whether
yeah,
you agree or disagree, that's the way the people writing these movies are thinking. How do we replace this fucker? That's what they're just doing. How do we get this guy out as quickly as possible to replace him with, and how many times? Because in this movie we meet Jimmy. Is it Jimmy?
yeah.
Yeah, Jimmy, who's the new Grady / Jack / Travis fucking / They've tried again, and obviously the actor that played Travis has decided not to do this one. And they
Yeah.
already screwed him up with the last movie, the way they brought his character back in.
That was what was disappointing, because at least there were, breadcrumbs in Tremor 6 that were setting up the new team. It was, Val, the daughter
Yeah,
of the original Val,
Travis and Bert.
Travis and Bert. Yeah, they were at least building something. And then this one, it just felt like, let's start over with people that we don't care about.
Yeah, just brand new bloody cat. And they've cloned two of the characters from Tremors 5. Let's see, where did I put that? Yeah, Bassin and that, Bassin and Andy from Tremors 5, they just cloned.
Yeah.
And they made Dum Dum, the fucking hunter guy, and Bow Girl,
Yes. Yes.
like they just cloned the characters
Yeah.
from Tremors 5, and they're like, not even an attempt.
Yeah. Chat GPT is the scriptwriter on this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
has to be.
Yeah.
Or else some people need to go back to school and do their ABCs again.
No originality. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's it's frustrating. And then we'll have to start, I could see them, like, you can do a nod and a wink to other franchises. Okay, well, let's have a bit of fun with Jurassic Park. Okay, let's do that. Why not?
Right.
And then when they went into the jungle, you have the big hunters, the CEOs and all that stuff wanting to, get down and dirty for a week.
You're right.
You know
Right.
what I mean? Fair enough. And then somebody with a minigun, there was the nod the Predator. Fair enough. Leave it there. We'll get it.
Yeah.
Like, they must think we're morons. Like,
That's
there's a disdain for the audience with this movie.
Unless they're trying to get like 13-year-olds who've never seen Predator and have never seen.
13-year-old, right?
Yeah.
Fucking kids are smarter, right? Kids are the problem. I've said this before. It's this fucking group of 29 to 35-year-olds are the absolute like dog shit of the world. This clump of people are the poison in the world today. Kids don't even like them. The younger generation are looking at them idiots going, "What the hell?" Now I'm going to speak to my grandparents because these people are on crack. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Not every 29 to 35-year-old. Sorry.
Only 99.9%.
Sorry.
I have a huge brush and a lot of tar, and I'm going to use it. That's how angry I am. I'm going to generalize and collectivize, and fucking everyone's getting lumped in the same bin. So tough. Oh god, 33, so young. That's why you've still got hope in your eyes, isn't it, Levi? That's why when Levi's doing streams, they still have hope in their eyes. They're like, still see good in the world. Fuck this movie. That's going to be said a lot in this stream.
Yeah, that's that's a YouTube short tomorrow.
Yeah, that's it. Just me and repeat, just going fuck this movie, and I'll just do a lot of clips, and that'll be it. That's the review. Jesus,
Yeah,
it's insulting.
It is. I feel like they listened to our criticism last time about how they don't get humor, and they decided, okay, we'll just make a movie without any fun or humor in it, and that'll work.
Yeah, just don't have any at all. Yeah, and then
yeah,
and the dialogue in this. Oh my god.
I will say, I thought the dialogue and the acting, for the most part, was actually better than it was in 5 and 6. It didn't have some of the clunky stuff, like at the beginning of 6 when they're in the snow and they're talking to.
Oh, that was painful. God,
right?
that was horrendous.
Yeah. I didn't get any of that in this. Like I thought, Jimmy, Josh Hader, is that his name? I thought he was fine. The problem is that it's movie 7, and we don't want to care about someone new who has the same exact personality of like 3
Fucking copy and paste.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. Why couldn't he have been Travis? What, you can't recast the part of Travis because Jamie Alexander's amazing performances are untouchable? Just have Josh Hader play Travis. I would have been fine with that.
You took my notes about warning may contain sarcasm, like quite literally for this. You're bringing your sarcasm game to the table. I like it. That's more inventive than this fucking script.
Yeah.
Is it bad that the people that talk about it, including Tremors Saga in this as well? Oh, by the way, we'll have to get the lyrics for Levi's song when they come on.
Yes,
because we'll have to have a rendition of that. But when people who watched the series have more inventiveness and more passion than the people making the series,
yeah.
that's wrong.
And the thing is, if they do make another one, they should have someone like Levi or someone who knows more about it than we do. We're just kind of tourists on
Yeah.
this, but they should have someone because the age is
But I
perfect.
don't know. I feel like I've got a scar now.
Yeah,
I should have I feel like I should get at least one campaign medal for this,
that's right.
especially the last 3 movies.
Yeah, that's fair.
Not even a full medal, even a ribbon. I'll settle for a ribbon.
Okay,
That I've been there. You know what I mean?
I've suffered through all 7.
At least they went in the trenches, even if it was just carrying this tea to the actual people that are going through it.
I'm the flag bearer, and even though everyone's like, we don't do that anymore, you have to like hold a weapon. It's like, no, I'm still carrying the flag. I don't know how to
The
fight.
colors, the king's colors.
That's me, yeah. But
that was actually that was the worst thing. Do you lose out of the king's or queen's colors during a battle? If
yeah,
you're the commanding officer that happened, fuck, your career was done.
yeah.
That was it.
When did that stop? Or like
Never really. It's still a tradition. Though
yeah,
every regiment has their colors, and that's why you have color sergeants, because they were technically the one in charge of the battalion colors and made sure that that flag did not drop or fall into enemy hands.
right.
But I mean, that's even more interesting. We could talk about that instead of this fucking movie.
But
Holy shit.
my point was that if they do another script, someone like Levi would be perfect. Like someone who's seen all the movies, who's grown up with it. I feel like the people that wrote this one really didn't care about the story, because if you're going to, well, I don't want to skip ahead to the end, but if you're going to do that ending to Burt Gummer, you have to know that you have to have people there that are give it some emotional resonance.
Not
Like
just
these are all people that are brand new, so they can't appreciate his sacrifice or what he's meant to the franchise or to the people in that world. So you had to bring people back from perfection. You had to have Travis there or someone playing Travis. You have to have someone that's going to care that this person is doing this. That's what bothered me with the ending. Well, I don't want to get to it too far.
kind of went down like a wet fart. But we have had 4 movies that managed to do this. Even a prequel, which is, if you're making a prequel about a series, you're in dodgy ground. Even a prequel in this series, the 4th movie, which should have been dead, managed to bring the heart and soul of this franchise.
Yes.
It was done, but once Universal went, because that's where that's definitely the cutting point. And when we do the retrospective, I think that's where we'll say it's happened when the cut out Stampede Entertainment, the people that created this,
That was
invested in it, and it became a corporate conglomerate, fucking soulless franchise filler.
Yeah.
Made by the same people who hate nerds. You know what I mean? These are the same people in high school that flushed nerds' heads down the toilets. Who gave them wedgies. And no, the sort of people that make the stuff for nerds are the ones that hate them. Hate us.
Yeah.
That's their attitude. Oh, those weirdos. Oh, they're still, they're adults and they're still liking movies and that's just that attitude, and it reeks all over this movie.
Yeah.
Like, think of it, of that disdain and hatred for the actual fan base.
Yeah. It would have been so easy to just put a couple of people there for that final scene. Like Levi said in the chat, they just met Bert 24 hours ago, most of them.
Yeah.
So if they don't care, how are we as an audience supposed to care about their reaction? And it's and even if you brought in Val from the last movie, at least it would have been, oh, Uncle Bert, who we fought with twice now, just died. Like, at least it would have had some emotional resonance. You had plenty of people you could have picked from. Pick someone from the second movie to come back.
Yeah.
Pick someone from the third movie to come back. You had so many options to not bring anyone and then expect us to have this emotional reaction with that final ending when the characters just met Bert. Like
And
Lucy said, it's just It's
Did
insulting
did you get suspicious like me?
that they were too nice to him, right? Yes. I liked it at first. I like when they were watching his video.
But it got suspicious because you're like, hold on, man. The way this franchise been for the last three movies is to piss all over Bert, and denigrate him every way possible.
Yes.
All of a sudden, they're hero worshiping. There's something fishy going on here. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I liked it at first, but then I started to get nervous, like, oh. And I was thankful that I had avoided any spoilers up till now, so I didn't know it was coming. But halfway through the movie, you knew.
yeah. You,
They were,
you knew where this was going
yeah, and I was
because
just I was hoping that someone would be there that he knew, you know.
I mean, what the hell was the point of bringing Jasmine into this?
That was their lame attempt to make a connection somehow. But even in the previous story, that was someone that he met one weekend and
Yeah,
had a quick affair. So it doesn't
no,
it doesn't even work within the story that they created. Like it's not someone that he knew well. Like it's Travis's mother, yes, but it's not someone that he had a real connection with.
no. It was like a fling in the summer, and that was it.
Yeah.
And the part of ways, and there was not the way they had them meeting as if they were an old married couple that got divorced.
Yeah,
And
right.
that's what it was as if I had brought Heather.
Yes.
If I had been Heather, it would have made much more sense.
And you could have
And then we could have got the resolution of why they divorced.
Yeah, and you could have recast Heather. It's been 30 years. Like
Mhm.
she could look like anyone, and as an audience, we would have accepted whoever they presented as Heather because we haven't seen that character in 30 years. We've seen the actress Reba McEntire or the singer, I guess, but we haven't seen the character. So you could have presented anyone, and that would have made more sense than having his weekend tryst.
Yeah,
All
and
those
yeah, I was about to say that if the fact that Travis wasn't there,
exactly
there's
leave.
absolutely no reason for this meeting. It's so disjointed and horrible.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I
And
am raged.
speaking of Jasmine, I thought she was the worst part of this movie. I thought her acting in the beginning was okay, but then as the movie went on, it just got progressively worse. And I think it culminated in that one scene at the end where Jimmy and Bert come back to the island after taking out those shriekers, which was a cool scene. And then they're like, "Where is everybody?" And then the people that are like high up are like, "The Graboid is right beneath you," so they freeze and they're not moving. And then here comes Jasmine just casually walking, and they're like, "Don't move," and she's like, "Oh, that's okay. I can take care of myself." What? What does
But
that
this
mean?
is once again, it's that clunky. That's right.
I can take care of
What
myself.
they're trying to do the strong female character, the girl boss,
Yeah,
and it doesn't work because it's not genuine. Now we have seen strong lady characters all the way through this franchise, even from the '90s, which apparently it didn't know they didn't exist. But surprise, surprise, loads of them.
yeah,
Um, but this shitty language, just that they're bringing in, trying to have it. I mean, it's not even positive language. It's trying to have a dig at people for absolutely no gain or benefit. You know what I mean? It's just little dipshit in the playground. That's the mentality of these people, and that's the way they write, and that's the way they form characters.
yeah.
And it's just this whole a man can't tell me what to do, so I'm gonna girl boss it, and then it just looks shit.
It was just ridiculous because all of the other females, if you want to make that argument, like, oh, she's tough, they're all up on high ground anyway, and she's the only one just casually walking, and they're like, "Don't move. Oh, I can take care of myself." Like she's going into like a dark alley at night. Like,
Yeah.
no, this is a giant monster that eats people. You can't take care of yourself, and if you say, "I want to take care," oh, I can take care of myself. You don't even have a weapon on you. What a melter this lady is. She's just
But
standing there walking
yeah,
like you don't
and
even
then
have.
she didn't get the. And if she had got eaten, it would have made sense.
Oh, I would have loved it. I would
Yeah.
have.
Do you know what I mean? It would have been, oh, well, maybe you should have listened.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
no, because of this, stupidity today, which is not, doesn't serve any purpose apart it's just to wind people up. That's all they want to do.
that's all it is.
And these dipshits who we've seen this, they're not talented people. That's why they do what they do, because they've nothing to offer the world.
Yeah.
So that's why it's all deflection technique. Put sprinkles on the turd, which is this movie and any movie they're involved in. You know what I mean? And people have caught on to it now. That's the beautiful thing. People have now caught on to this crap, and that's why Hollywood's in trouble this year in general.
Yeah.
Because people have had enough. Like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna alt-right estaphobe, fine. Okay. What am I next? Call me whatever. Your movie's still shit. I'm not going to see it.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, if you don't go see it, you're boycotting it. Okay, well, whatever. Yeah. You know what I mean? Nobody's playing anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is just an example of these sort of hacks. That's what they are. They're hacks.
Yeah.
That can't provide entertainment. Don't have any clue about what is funny or what's enjoyable. They can't look at anything because they're just filled with this. Because I think it's jealousy. Because something's come before them and they can't create their own thing. So I think actually the mindset is, let's destroy everything so only our stuff remains and we're the only choice. That's their mentality.
Maybe. Yeah. But the best thing this franchise has going for it is because of how long it's been going on since 1990, is you do have people like Levi's the perfect age. You have people that love this franchise that know it well, that could actually come up with a great story idea. So you hire someone of that ilk to do the script. You hire someone who cares about it to direct it. Like, you get people that actually care, that are involved, and you could actually create a pretty cool, idea. I have a couple of ideas, and I'm not even anyone smart, but I have some ideas for an eighth movie that I would like to see happen. So I imagine someone who's thought about it more and is more well versed in the lore could come up with something really cool. Because
if you don't write scripts, you can storyboard an idea, but you get somebody who's known as a really good scriptwriter.
Yeah.
So if you don't have a particular area of expertise, you find someone that does, and they exist. You know what I mean? It's you don't have Hollywood isn't the game anymore. You know what I mean? The big studios aren't the game anymore, and it's just that they're just that huge and monolithic that they're just surviving on venture capital that can keep chundering on. The indie scene, that's why this channel exists as well, to promote the indie scene. The indie scene's the way forward, and the indie scene's was going to breathe life back into movies. Honestly.
Yeah.
But people just have to understand there's an alternative. And yes, you might pay a few pennies more initially. Well, you're paying the same as a cup of coffee somewhere in a franchise. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Supporting an indie project that's not, we have supported loads. It's not that much compared to instead of going to a cinema and watching something shit that that they hate you. Find an independent creator that you can, and that you will know from them, because they will have, if they have passion about their project, it will be obvious. You can tell when someone has passion about something, as opposed to somebody just dialing it in.
Right.
I mean, you'll get that if they're giving interviews, if they're talking about their idea, and they're not just posting on social media. I mean, if it's more than just posts, if it's actually stepping up like this and talking to people and answering questions and showing you the passion for the project, that's something you can follow.
Yeah.
And we're seeing it. It's happening. It's just that the majority of folks haven't twigged on that yet.
Yeah, and occasionally the studios will get lucky. Like, for example, they let Jon Favreau, who was a huge Star Wars fan growing up, run Mandalorian. That was his passion project, and it did extremely well, and it helped the Disney streaming service.
They stabbed him in the back.
Well, that's a story.
Look how that turned out.
Well, Yeah, I like to focus on the beginning of the story.
Yeah, but
That's true. That's true. But you know, that like occasionally they do it right when they let
his passion, that's what got people on board. But
right.
then he rubbed the hacks up the wrong way, and then sure he's completely out. He's not even interested. Like he's disgusted himself.
Yeah, yeah,
I think he's almost at my level with of disgust with that franchise.
yeah,
Because
perhaps.
believe it or not, I used to be a fan.
I know. And you know more about it than I do.
I used to be a fan. I
Admiral
used to
stuff.
have the books. I used to have the comics.
Yeah,
I had all the stuff, and then I just like that. Once you turn me off something,
yeah, yeah,
the difference with this though is how will I put this? I haven't completely turned off the franchise. I know where the element is. I know what's happened to it, but I'm like Matt Gross. You know what I mean? Absolute diamond.
absolutely.
Can't say a bad word about him. There's somebody that genuinely, loves what they're doing
Yeah,
and tried their best.
every time he's on the screen, I'm just transfixed what he's gonna say next and do, and yeah, he's been the best part of the last 6 episodes, and the 6 movies, and you can make a case that he really lights up the first movie too.
Oh
So
yeah, you know what I mean. But we'll go into, like I said, our next one's going to be a retrospective on everything and where it's went. But let's just focus on this movie. But
yeah,
um, he comes in, you know he's trying, and you can see him like fucking pushing himself. And
yeah.
that who was the one with the green top and the nice boobies?
Was it Frankie?
Frankie was it? She was cool. I liked her.
Oh, Freddie. I'm sorry,
Freddie.
Freddie. Yeah, yeah. She's played by the voluptuous Jackie Cruz.
Well, there was another. There was a potential of a cool character.
Yeah,
Wasn't obnoxious. Wasn't girl bossing it. Competent character. Could have stuck with. The problem is, it's too late. They're bringing in these characters, trying to introduce you to a new set every time. And the thing that it's just gone because you're like, oh right, I have to get to know this one, and then they'll not appear in the next movie. So you've no investment.
yeah.
Because you've seen the pattern. You're like, all right, okay. Here's the new hero for 5 minutes
Right.
that there's no point building a bond or rapport with.
Yeah. And the movie itself insults the fans. There was one line that I think really summed it up, where someone asked Bert about Val and Earl, and they're like, "Oh, who are they?" And he's like, "Just some guys I used to know," which is like, that's just like an insult. Like, no, that was someone that Earl was someone that you went to 2 wars with,
Yeah,
and you sacrificed your life to come and rescue. And Val too was someone that you had this deep bond with, so much that you wanted to rescue his daughter. So for that line to be in that movie, oh, just some guys I used to know, was just like a kick to the groin of Tremors fans. To me, that's the best part of a long time series, is those connections and that.
and the managed to do it for 4 movies. The managed to, that has been there. So it's not like this is one movie and a load of shitty sequels because we wouldn't still be here.
Yeah,
We wouldn't be annoyed right now. You know what I mean? I would not be fucking. I am fuming
yeah,
thinking about this movie because it is an insult.
it is. Yeah,
And there's no what does it achieve?
yeah,
What does this sort of behavior, and there's money being wasted as well, because anybody that sees this or comes up is just going, what I mean, it's tarnished. And if you accidentally watch this one first, you're screwed. You have no interest in going back.
right,
So
right.
trying to bring, I mean, the whole success of a franchise is to bring new people on board with each iteration while doing enough to keep the long standing fans. And yes, sometimes it can be a bit of a tightrope, but something like this, it's not hard. Because it didn't have a complicated formula.
Yeah. Levi said it best. Yeah. What other monster series has 35 years of interconnected canon and just throws it away? Yeah. Well said. Yeah.
You're handed a gift, right? If you're say you're even a new director or a new scriptwriter, and somebody goes, right, you're going to make Tremors 25. Oh, easy. Silver platter, built-in fan base, a lot of love for the franchise, a lot of characters already built in, so you don't have to even build characters. You just have to use what's there. And all you have to do is, oh, right, where are the monsters this time? Job done.
Right.
You're handed it. I mean, there's a golden goose.
Yeah.
And what? Fuck you, Tremors fans. Right.
Yeah.
Goose is gone, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What does that achieve? Like, what do these window licking fuckers think they're doing? Bastards.
Yeah.
They're just bitter, talentless dickheads.
Yeah.
And they're all like Southern California fucking bubbles smelling each other's farts, thinking it's the best and nothing exists outside our postcode. Fucking arseholes.
So what did you really think of this movie?
I wasn't too impressed.
Oh, okay.
I have a few issues with it.
Oh, okay. I wasn't able to tell. I couldn't.
No, I've been trying to just rein it in, and for the sake of the live stream. Fuck this movie.
Oh, I get it. Oh, okay. I got it. It's more clear now.
Does that sum up my feelings?
Yeah, I'm a slow learner. I get it.
Ah. Here's another bit of funky, fucking shitty dialogue between Freddy and Jimmy.
Oh, yes.
And this is where I just wanted to die. Like, I legit just wanted to die. I was like, okay, well, if this is the way people are today and this is the language you use, I'm done. You were raised by a single mother. You're awesome because she was awesome. Oh, you're a superstar because she was a superstar. Blah, 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 blah. What the fuck was that?
Yes. That made
What
no
was that?
Yes. I rewrote that.
I'm a wimp because I was raised by a single mother. Who the fuck says that? Who on this fucking planet says anything like that?
Yeah.
Nobody.
It's not even true. I mean, the mom is
not even remote. That's fucking, like I said, that's bubble fucking fart smelling postcode where all these arseholes live. Fucking thinking the real world outside that fucking fart bubble don't think like that at all. Nobody.
Yeah. So I did you a favor. I rewrote that line.
Okay.
What it should have been. So this is I'm not good at voices or acting, but this is what Freddy.
Oh my God, Zeus! Oh my God!
No, I'm not doing that. But this is what Freddy should have said to him. Your mom is an awesome person for raising a child as a single parent, but she's not here and has nothing at all to do with what's going on right now. So just do your best. And if you kill a few shriekers, I'll let you check out my boobies. That's it. That would have worked way better.
I would have flown if she had I would have flown that island at those words. I'd have been there, I've been paddling. Okay, can I kill some shriekers too?
That's all. That was perfect.
I just show my misogynism because I think we need some balance because this thing is so fucking tilted to one side that I think you just need to bring it back.
I mean, if you're the director and the studio, and you're gonna put that character in of Freddy with a shirt that's 7 sizes too small, you might as well. You've already kind of that gone down that road. You might as well put that type of dialogue in.
Yeah, I love it. I love that nobody wears clothes in this, yet they're in the jungle.
Yeah,
like Bow and Arrow girl, who's I can't even remember her name. Don't even care. She's fucking Nandi fucking reborn.
Yeah.
If you've ever been to a sort of tropical climate, right, you don't go about in skimpy shorts and tank tops because you would be cut to ribbons.
Yeah.
All these ferns and fronds and vines, fucking, you'd just be ripped to absolute shreds.
Yeah.
And you'd be leech-tastic as well.
And what was the point of her character? So she has that scene where she shows what a good shot she is. With,
Oh my god! Oh fucking! You had to bring that up, didn't you? Oh Jesus! Yes.
So, but like the whole rest of the movie, I noticed she didn't kill one shrieker. She didn't do one thing with the bow and arrow. So there was absolutely no point.
Fucking Legolas light.
Yeah, but she didn't even like do anything with it. There was no use.
Imagine getting the money shot. You know, right in the spot of the Shriekers. That fuck all. The dum-dum with the minigun did more damage.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why at least Freddy had a character.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's why apart from her amazing assets, she actually had a character and I could, at least she's trying.
Yeah.
Wooden plank, bow and arrow girl, just wooden planked about the place.
Yeah. And also, it's the year 2020 when this movie takes place. You know what's better than a bow and arrow? A gun. It's just it is. Right. I'm sorry for bow and arrow buffs out there, but they've actually made an invention in the last.
Not even Rambo, but they could have done like it's almost like they were trying to do Rambo, but without the Rambo arrows.
Yeah.
Rambo had different attachments to his arrows, which made sense.
Both arrows, that's the way to go. Yeah. Yeah.
Explosive tip arrows, you know what I mean? And blue light that turns blue.
That's right. That's right.
What's it do? Turns blue.
Now, if they wanted
that was better dialogue than any shit that's been in this movie.
Yeah. Now, if they wanted to make a Tremors movie set in like the 1700s, like they did with Prey, the Predator movie that was set back then, and they want a character who's good with a bow and arrow, absolutely, I'm all for it. And I would watch that. But in 2020, it really doesn't make sense. I'm sorry. No. And it certainly doesn't make sense twice within a span of 3 movies to have the same character be a bow and arrow girl.
Well, sure, I did. I mean, I commented on that in Tremors 5.
Yeah.
And she hands over her rifle with a fucking underslung grenade launcher to somebody else and then picks up a bow and arrow. Like, and you're the one that has a daughter, is trying to protect your daughter. And
yeah.
That's how. Yeah, here's my review. Because I think that's about the same level as the scriptwriters.
If she died protecting the daughter would have grown up thinking, my mom loved me a lot, but she didn't love me enough to use a gun, because then she'd still be here with me.
Yes. A grenade launcher could have prevented all of this.
Yeah. My mom really loved her bow and arrow, and that's why she's not here anymore.
Yeah. Oh my God, this is just every bit of setup is just an insult. That's what it is, just an insult. It's just like, screw you, Tremors fans, we hate you.
Yeah. There was no, like in the previous movies, they had these little moments of callbacks to prior canon. Like they mentioned the shop, that Chang.
That was the best one. Chang's was the best.
Yeah.
Fall through.
Yeah.
Because the captain of focal point, except for 5. Because that was just stupid.
Oh, the Africa. Yeah.
Yeah. No, the Changs at the start were birds running it because.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, I think that was 6. That was the last one where the tax man comes, right?
Oh shit! It was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Sorry, my apologies. Yeah, 6 is the.
Yeah, no worries. But
yeah, my brain's going into self-defense with some of this.
That's a good point you make, though, that this is the first movie of all 7 where perfection isn't featured at all. In every movie, there's at least been one scene of perfection.
Yeah.
Even in the movie where they go back in time, it's still the beginning of perfection.
Yeah.
This is the
first birth of perfection. And
projection, right? Became perfection. Yeah. This is the first one where they just it's devoid of it, and that really kind of set the tone for what the creators think of the fans, where they took away all connection to previous movies out
It's
of
like,
it.
we're taking away your toys and we're going to play with them. Bleh.
Yeah,
There's a school bully in the playground. And
yeah,
then if you complain about it, you're the cry bully, the one who hides behind teacher the minute you go and stand up to them.
right.
That's what these people are. But what the hell? Here's my question, and I know it's a general hating nerds thing. But what the fuck have we done apart from mind our own business, just like what we do, not getting involved in any, like most of us don't get involved in politics or fucking pop culture or anything outside. We'll have our little bubbles, we do our thing, we like our franchises, we talk to each other, we have our little arguments, but at the end of the day, if we like it or don't like something, we don't stop being friends over it. That's always been nerd culture. We're
Right.
passionate about what we do. There's enough normie mainstream stuff out there for the fucking families to go to. It's always been the case. And we have always collected. So we haven't needed our stuff to be on a Saturday afternoon packed for the families. We're happy enough to get VOD or straight to DVD or whatever and get the collector's set of something. And that's how we have kept our franchises and our interests going. And we've generally minded our own business. Where the fuck did these bunch of dickheads decide that we have to be destroyed?
Yeah,
We've done fuck all to them. And this is a general thing of just, and I've seen it come into horror as well. Horror's like the last bastion, well, staying away from this shit. But it's starting to creep in now because they've burnt everything else to the ground. And you see this stuff's been, it has been coming in. And you've seen I'm doing less modern movies now for reviews because it's, it's just coming in a big swathe. But thankfully, the horror genre is so vast that it's not even going to make a dent. And we'll come through the other side, when everything else has been burnt to the ground, horror will still be here. But what the fuck do we do to deserve this? Hatred. Because that's all it is. It's just pure and utter hatred, and it's just spewed out on screen.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
What do we do?
I don't have an answer for that one. Now I know. Yeah, yeah,
Includes in the title horror. So if you don't like it, you just toddle on. There's a big flashing neon sign saying, "Don't come here if you're not interested. This is a specific genre, and it has lots of stuff. And it's not just a slasher movie." You know what I mean? We just get on with our own shit, and yet these fuckers come into our space, come into our franchises. Because I'm taking ownership of this now. You know what I mean? I feel I've been with this. You know what I mean? I remember the first movie and the second one. Like I said, right at the very beginning of this, and always had a liking for it, but I didn't expect to jump down this hole. But coming down this and going through this series, I feel like I've taken ownership of the franchise. I feel like I'm part of it now because I've had that emotional connection.
Yeah,
And to see this happen to it just pisses me off.
it is. It is frustrating. Yeah. On the plus side, the cinematography is great.
Oh, it looks pretty.
It does look pretty. Yeah,
It looks pretty.
I'm grasping at straws. Yeah,
Apart from friggin' once again Michael Bay, fucking Graboid.
yeah.
All you need is when that Graboid does a jumpy spinny thing is kirk, 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 and fucking Linkin Park playing in the background.
Yeah, it's Transformers. Yeah, yeah, that's true.
And even that, you know what I mean? What was wrong? If they were going to use CGI, it could have just had them quicker coming out of the ground. Like a quick poof, dump.
Yeah.
That would have been actually more terrifying than this. I don't like that. I don't like that aspect that that brought that in. It was just cheapens.
Yeah, I agree. And I know I was breaking up in the beginning, but I also they didn't need to do the whole story idea where they're gene splicing and messing with the genetics of it. Like the whole one of the cool aspects of the Graboids is that they evolve quickly and they learn quickly. So
without help.
without help. So they could have just naturally progressed, and that would have been, very scary. They didn't need to add, the Bill Gates of the world, wanting to have their own little hunt, Elon Musk, so that, they wanted to, genetically modify to make them even tougher and then put them on an island. And,
But here's the thing as well. In this universe, people know about Graboids.
right.
And they're just like a Bird's web series, you know what I mean? It's out there. Governments know about Graboids. Private companies know about Graboids. And they know that on their own, Graboids are deadly.
Right.
And plus, what did that add to the plot in this? Did we see a super duper Graboid? Did we see anything different from any other movie?
No, the only thing they did add was the Shriekers could do that sonic attack. That was
Is that all the juice produces? Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Whoop de fucking do.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Color me not excited.
It's true. That's true.
Fucking arseholes.
Yeah.
Like, it's just. And then they recreated the bunker scene from the first one, but it's a bomb shelter.
Yeah. See, actually,
And the A team did as well. They ripped off the A team as well, and MacGyver.
Yeah. I thought that.
But it's the A team always get locked in a shed or a bunker with. And nobody notices that there's fucking drilling and acetylene torches and rivet guns and nobody notices that when they're locked in the shed. That's what the channel that and still managed to do it badly.
Yeah, I thought that could have been a good story beat. Like they're on an island without munitions and guns. Usually, Bert comes equipped with some, or he's given some. This is the first time where he's had like nothing. So I thought that could have been a cool story idea where they have this World War II bunker. So now they have to find and make do with 80-year-old munitions and weaponry, and they somehow have to MacGyver it. But they didn't do any of that.
Girl could have put dynamite sticks on the end of her arrows. What dunk?
Yeah, that could have been cool.
Job done.
Yeah. Or they
could have distilled the nitroglycerin and made super explosive arrows, like one shot, things blown up.
I'd be good with any of that. That would have been fun. But
when you think of the money they've spent on explosions in this movie,
yeah,
that wouldn't have cost any more.
Right. Yeah.
Graboids 5. Yeah, they're fucking with them, and there's no reason for them to fuck with it. Graboids are fine on their own, and the fact that show a bit of evolution or a bit of adaptation.
That, in fact, if it happened on their own, it would make it even scarier. Like, oh my gosh, they're evolving so quickly that they're becoming smarter and
the Shriekers teaming up with the Graboid, because they've always treated them as separate entities.
Well,
imagine the Shriekers herding you into the ground with the Graboids waiting,
right,
and them communicating with each other.
Yeah, something like that would have been cool. Yeah. Yeah.
Hell, we're in a fucking live stream just talking about a movie, and we're coming up with better ideas, and I can dust off a cuff.
Yeah.
Than these morons that are supposedly paid professionals.
And then they could do the classic Jurassic Park line, clever gal.
Yeah. Arf.
Yeah.
Or the Graboid chases them into the bushes where all the Shriekers are waiting. Job done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Seeing actually herding the humans. That wouldn't have cost any more.
No. And it would have been more impressive. Yeah.
And then we would have seen them being smarter, because they keep talking about these super smart Graboids. And
no, I haven't seen it. Yeah. They're still literally the end of the 7th movie. They're falling for the same trick that they did at the end of the first movie. Yeah. And I know that they thought that was a fun callback. But if your whole premise is that they're getting smarter because they're genetically enhanced and they're doing the exact same dumb stuff, then they really haven't progressed. So that kind of shoots down your premise of the Queen Graboid doing the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And with the bunker, at least in the first movie, you saw the Graboid like break through the wall, and that was a cool scene where Bert's shooting at it.
And the fact that they thought they were prepared for everything, but it turned out they were prepared for nothing.
Yeah. It never even broke through the wall. It just saw like the dust settling, and and he throws a dynamite, and that was it. So I was like, oh, that could have been a whole setup with that bunker, and it was just wasted
It's not
again.
like they didn't have. I mean, the money they spent on stupid things would
Yeah.
have done that.
Oh yeah, no, the budget was more than enough to have a cool story. Yeah, it's not a budget problem. That's for
No,
sure. Yeah.
because what else did we get? That back to Jasmine, that stupid tripwire thing.
Yeah.
That was a replacement. Remember they did the fences with the tins of beans.
Right.
That was
Right.
just that, but they just wanted explosions.
I think they wanted slow motion explosions. I think that was what they were going for. Because I really haven't seen that many unnecessary slow explosions than every Zack Snyder movie ever made.
Oh fucking hell!
That's what they were going for. They were going for Zack Snyder.
Well, they're trying to fucking depress us like Zack Snyder would.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will. That's Rand Johnson. I will subvert your expectations. No,
Oh,
Zack Snyder's just fucking love this franchise, so I'm gonna fucking depress you all.
Yeah.
That's him all over. Oh. I didn't even manage. I was what was it, Dawn of the Dead or something? Cameron was trying to get me to review, and I managed like 10 minutes in the movie. I'm like, nope, I'm out. Can't do it. It just had your typical Zack Snyder fucking intro exposition, and I was just like, "Oh, sorry, I can't do this. No, we'll have to pick something else. I can't."
I didn't see it. Yeah.
And now anything that I see his name beside, I'm like, nope, out.
Yeah. Yeah. Rebel Moon was disappointing.
Not even on my radar.
Me and Cameron didn't like it. Actually, Adam liked it, so I don't know.
Adam likes Willow. I'll just leave that with you.
I did like the original Willow, so I'm with him on that. It hasn't aged well, and the TV show was terrible.
Get out. Anyway, now that the sensible people are left in the room.
Oh man. I don't know.
You went too far, young man. You went too far.
I don't have a button for that. I was a kid in the 80s, though. You know, you like kid stuff.
It's not as well. One more again.
I like the Ewok TV show too, and that was terrible.
I'm just down a little inside here, but they're still not as bad as this.
I'm glad we didn't do the TV.
At least an attempt was made to make shows back then, and it was a sign of the times. But this was just made with utter contempt and hatred.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, there's Shayon from Shay's Rants as well. We're getting more people in the chat. Excellent.
Oh yes.
Yeah, we're building up to that. We're getting there.
Yes.
I am raged with this movie. It's just so insulting and shit.
Yeah.
Right. Yes. So they spent all the money on explosions.
Yes.
And an ensemble cast of about 50 people.
And
many fucking cast members in this movie. Like,
I think 90% of the budget went to explosions, and the other 10% went to Freddy's augmentation surgery. And that's basically sums up where the money went on this.
So they couldn't afford an active volcano.
No, but you know what's
how cool would an active volcano have been?
Active volcanoes are cool, but you know what's just as exciting as an active volcano? A muddy pool. Because that's what we got instead.
Yes, with some sticks.
With some sticks. Yeah. A volcano would have been awesome if it went into that at the end. Absolutely. But nope, just a muddy pool with sticks.
And why is it called Shrieker Island when the whole thing just features a Graboid, by the way?
Yeah, I mean, you had the Shriekers with the sonic blasts
but there was like, what, 5 of them? And then they were taken out, and then it was all about the Graboid?
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, the clue is the name of the... So this should have been a Shrieker movie of them just... Yeah. And if they had been genetically modified, well, guess what? They didn't need to become ass blasters, because that was the whole point of the movie as well, was to contain them before they became ass blasters and left the island.
Right, right.
That went completely out the window.
Right.
Like, the whole premise of this movie just fucking went like a fart in the wind.
Yeah. Yeah. I do like the scene where they took on the Shriekers in the cave. I thought that was pretty good. For me, that might be the one
But
decent
that
scene.
could have been right.
But that should have been the finale if you're going to make it Shrieker Island.
Yeah, that they're all the cocoons were ready to turn into ass blasters. They're
Right.
all hung up, ready to shed, and that's what they had to do. And then they had to get through the Shriekers, and that would have been the final setup. And if Bert Gummer was going to go, then the heroic thing where he set everybody run and he sets off the explosion.
Yeah.
Oh my god, is that another better idea? And the fucking off the fuck's sake, my left nipples more fucking creative energy than these cunts.
I've always said the left one is where it's at. I've always said
that. Fuck's sake.
Yeah.
I think this is your first experience of me just full of good off about, isn't it? Actually being on stream with me.
I think you're holding it together well. You're doing a good job.
I'm trying to keep my emotions under control here.
Oh, you're doing good. We're almost through the movie. You're doing great, pal.
This is so fucking painful. This is the sort of movie that makes you want to hang outside people's bedrooms and write them nasty notes and post it through their doors, and paper bags for the dog shit on their doorsteps. That's what this sort of movie invokes in you.
Yeah.
This is why you have rabid fans come after you. This is where Tremors needs a toxic fandom. That's what we need to do. We need to form the toxic fandom. The actual toxic fandom of what we keep getting accused of. I think this needs to happen and just fucking just be all the gnarly things that we get accused of.
Right. Use it for a positive. Use it for good.
And we can just go, well, they drew first blood.
Yeah.
So there wasn't. I'm trying to think there was a bit of a point or a storyline, but there isn't. This thing just clumsily clunks scene by scene into each other.
Yeah.
There's no just boom, 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 fucking and Hunter dude, whatever his. I think I put it down. I don't even care.
See, I thought
his dramatic exit as well was just stupid.
Yeah, I thought the actor was very good, and I thought
but he's wasted.
It was completely wasted. They set up, he's such a tough guy and everything like that. I was like, this could be cool, a cool showdown between Bert versus him. They're both apex.
Who have implied with history with them, with no history with whatsoever.
Right. Yeah, that part's messed up. But you could have this awesome showdown where it's they're both A+ hunters, but on different sides. Like Bert does it to save people. This guy does it to make money.
Yeah.
And I feel like they could have this awesome showdown at the end of the movie somehow, where they either have to team up to kill the queen, or
that's usually how that's usually the sensible formula.
Something like that. But
antagonists, people that don't get along or have different viewpoints, have to come together because of an accidental external threat.
Yeah, something like that would have been cool. But instead, he just goes crazy and he goes out like a chump on the fence, where the Shrieker just grabs his legs and pulls him down. I haven't seen a softer exit of a potentially cool character since Boba Fett in Return of the Jedi. That's what it reminded me of. It was just so weak. Well, he just went out like a chump.
Yeah.
Ugh. Terrible.
God.
Terrible.
And then, I suppose the whole point of leading up to the end was the Queen Graboid. Ripping off aliens much?
Yeah.
That has a vendetta against Bert because the characters say so.
I think she doesn't have a vendetta against Bert, which I'll get to at the end. But he has that part where he whispers to her through the ground. And at any point, I think the Graboid Queen could have come up and eaten him at that point, but she didn't. I think there's a reason for that, which I'll get to at the end.
I was going to say, is that another crazy theory?
It's coming. It's coming.
It's coming. Where are we? Things blow up. Jasmine's a twat.
Exactly.
Jimmy's an idiot.
Yeah.
Everyone's run up to the inactive volcano, which is puddle of mud,
Puddle of fun.
because they've spent all the budget on explosions because can't fucking afford an inactive volcano,
Yeah.
which would have been so much cooler. There's so much you could have done with that.
Yeah.
And then what happens next? I'm like, because they're just meandering up to the top of the hill, and I'm just like, I just gave up at that point. I was just like watching it, going, yeah, we know where this is going. Yeah.
Yeah. So I hated the fact that they were going to make the decision to kill Bert. I will say once the decision was made, I think the way he went out was probably the best that they could have done. Like I do like the fact that he realizes he's, 70 something years old. He's not going to be able to outrun this thing. He's got like moments to decide what to do. And he decides to push, Jimmy out of the way, and then turns to face the creature because he doesn't want to get eaten from behind. He
Mhm.
wants to look the creature in the eye and give it the middle finger. I think that's the way to go out. Like I thought that part. I hated the decision to kill him, but I thought that was actually pretty cool.
Yeah, and that was their last attempt to sort of soften the blow. But the contempt, we've seen it in 3 movies now. The contempt for Burt Gummer's character.
Yeah, the
For
deconstruction,
yeah,
as you put it.
the 2020s trope. Let's deconstruct the main character so we can replace with inferior shitty character. And they couldn't even, in 3 movies, they haven't been able to find that shitty inferior character because nobody stays long enough to fucking build up.
Right. They needed to have Travis there, or anyone, or Val, the girl from the daughter of Val. They needed someone there that actually knew Bert before a few days ago, and it would have
Yeah.
had more emotional resonance than what it had.
Because what's a span over like 48 hours or something? Like the whole
Yeah,
time scale of the movie?
exactly.
It's
Yes,
a 48-hour period, a weekend.
yeah, a week. Yeah, exactly. It had to be a weekend because the bad guy kept saying by Monday this will all be done.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone who's had an emotional, you know what I mean? You, you don't have emotional bonds and freaking brotherhood and sisterhood over a weekend.
Yeah,
You can have a nice time, but, that takes a lot. Even, this is the equivalent of like a plane crash or something, and people just being caught up. And before they know it, they're gone. This isn't somebody being trapped in a desert island for a week or longer.
right,
Like the time scale isn't there, so there's no resonance or hint, and there's no history.
right.
And freaking Jasmine was the most awkward insert ever.
Yeah, even Michael Gross in those scenes where she's trying to like talk to him about real stuff, he's like he just like shuts it down. Even he realizes like his character doesn't care about her. He's like, let's just focus on the mission, because it wasn't going to go anywhere. That conversation, like, you can't build up some sort of like relationship
Yeah.
in one conversation that hasn't existed for 30 years.
And then they try and build the Jimmy character up to be like the next Travis.
Yeah,
And it's like, why didn't they just make him Travis? Recap, just have him be Travis because he may as well have been.
exactly. We would have been fine with it. No one, outside of Jamie Alexander's agent, no one would have complained. That would have been, and it would have made more sense for that finale. That was terrible.
You'd be like, oh shit, they're here, right? I'm calling my dad.
Yeah,
Oh, by the way, dad, mom's here. There you go. Fucking plot point sorted without
right.
all this shite that we had to endure.
Exactly.
Right. So Bert dies. The thing crashes through. Was there another explosion? There was another explosion. Because of course we had to have another explosion.
They did. They didn't really explain why it exploded, unless I
But it's
missed.
just we just had another explosion because the explosion left in the budget to use, so they used an explosion. And then the make a grave because it's symbolic. Instead, a cairn would have done the job.
It would,
and they could have set the stuff on the cairn.
Yeah,
And in fact, it would have made more sense
because there was no body, right?
No, because it was all blown up. That's funny.
They're so
They're sad about it.
Yeah, exactly, Levi. Exactly.
Yeah, the people they've actually worked with, colleagues and friends, die, and they're just like, meh. But random dude that they've never met before and never even heard of before, apart from Freddy.
Right. Oh, Freddy wanted Bert.
She wanted some bird action.
He wanted some Bert Blaster.
Fair play. That's.
But I think there's a reason why there was no body at the end for them to bury. And that is
this a crazy theory?
Latest and greatest crazy theory.
It's crazy theory time. It's a theory. It's a Chris. It's crazy theory. Crazy Chris. Crazy Chris. Chris's crazy theory. Light us up, Chris. Make this make sense, please.
So I think the fact that we don't see the body of Bert is because he actually did not die. And this theory combines elements of all my previous theories.
If you say he's come back as a force ghost, I will slap you.
Well, now let me cross this off. No, not a force ghost. But I think the queen did not want to kill him, as I said in the previous movie. She, in fact, wanted him to become one of them and evolve the way they evolved. Because, like I said, Bert has killed more of these Graboids than the human population combined. So, and they realize that there's something to this person. If there are other humans like them, they'll never be able to grow as a species. So they need to get his essence and his knowledge and incorporate it into them. So if you noticed, and I watched the scene over and over, and I freeze framed it, when the Graboid, the queen Graboid, eats Bert, the tentacles do not come out because she's afraid of like strangling him or damaging him. She swallows him whole. And as she's going down and she realizes that she's about to die, what actually happened is that, and I'll show you in my latest episode.
Do you know what? There's more production value in this than this entire podcast, by the way, folks.
So she actually protected him by putting him into a Shrieker sack. Oh, you have to be able to see me. She put him into a Shrieker sack and ejected him at a 39, I did the calculations, a 39 to 41 degree angle.
Did Bert become an ass blaster?
Bert became an ass blaster and was protected in a sack that got shot out and is, in fact, as we speak, evolving into one of them. Bert Gummer is becoming the human ass blaster. He survived the Queen Graboid's destruction by being ejected in a Shrieker-like egg sac moments before his demise. This theory has a 100% margin of error for accuracy. Now, look, I looked at every piece of shrapnel that was in the scenes, and every bit of it, not one bit contained human DNA. It was all Graboid. And that's because Bert was not a part of it. In fact, in the next movie, you'll emerge from the sack, and that will be a running joke. Travis will say, "Hey, Bert, you look like shit." And he'll say, "Well, that's because I was ejected from the Graboid, and I am now a human ass blaster." And that is my theory, and I'm sticking to it.
Oh my god. Oh, you've killed me, Chris.
39 to 41 degree angle. That's what works.
Any more? No, wouldn't have. Any less, you'd at the cliff.
I ran the numbers. Numbers don't lie.
And there you go for this series of the movies. Anyway, there's Chris's. Okay, and that, my friends, was Chris's crazy theory. It's a theory. It's a Chris. It's a theory. Crazy Chris. Crazy Chris. Chris's crazy theory. Oh, bloody hell, dude. That killed me. You've legit killed me. That was better than this entire movie. That would be amazing. That would be... Let's buy Tremors back. And that's the opening of Tremors 8, the reboot.
So I read that Kevin Bacon actually is interested as recently as January of 2023. He said he's just waiting for the call. He would do another movie. So I think that would be the premise, is that Kevin Bacon is the protagonist and that Burt Gummer
Hal goes to Shrieker Island to pay respects to his friend. And he finds the sack.
Yes. And he thinks he rescues Burt, but Burt's changed because he's been evolved into a Graboid, hive mind kind of character. That could be interesting. Or they could have it where there's like the pandemic has, they've escaped. The Graboids are everywhere now and they're attacking, and they have to go back to Perfection, which was the one town that was prepared for this, because Burt had left behind, millions of dollars to make all these, advances to the town to protect it from a future. So that becomes like the central defense point,
We could have Michael Gross, if he can't, if it's getting a bit much for him to act, like the action side of things, he could do stop motion, or as long as it's not Scorpion King bad, you could have his face imposed on a new version of a Graboid.
Yeah.
And then Burt becomes the enemy, and
exactly
every time there's a new movie, the face and iteration of Burt.
Exactly. Picture how tough the Graboids would be if they had Burt's knowledge and
Shriekers with machine guns.
Shriekers with machine guns. I didn't think of that. That's cool. Survivalist instincts. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know what? That could just be an absolute bonkers mental series, but unfortunately, it's not going to happen.
Graboid. That's right, Levi. Graboid.
But unfortunately, Universal have this property, and they have just run it into the ground.
Yeah.
Because they're bastards.
But I'm dying to read Levi's scripts, and I'm interested in this universe. Like, I would love to see, where it could potentially go from here. I know as bad as this movie was, I do think that there's a lot to it. I've, loved doing the series with you, and I don't want it to end. I especially don't want it to end on this.
Well, it's not going to, thankfully. There is hope.
I hope. Yeah. I hope.
Our next one, we're going to do a retrospective, and Levi's going to kindly join us. So that's going to be, we'll just do a post-mortem on all 7 movies.
Awesome.
And then we get to step back in time and do the TV shows. So it's almost like we can just wreck on this and pretend it hasn't happened.
A palate cleanser.
And then we can just go back, and then we can be happy again for a brief time. So yeah, we're not done by any shape or form.
Nice.
The next movie, yeah. So there is happiness ahead. It's kind of funny to say I have permission to cry, but your theories just crack me up, and I'm just it's not possible. I'm still laughing. I'm like, just picture. And Michael Gross is such a physical actor as well, and a charismatic, he could pull it off. There could be all sorts of stuff going on without him having to run about. Just
he's already and Bert's already survived one go through the digestive system.
Yeah,
Looks like
so
he should
why
survive
not?
a
And
second.
he's been inoculated against the Graboid disease, so he's not going to get that again. So he's just primed.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Well, there you go, folks. That was Tremors 7. I hope we at least made it more entertaining than the actual movie, because oh my god,
We tried.
this would have been rough. I think we just had to really laugh, because honestly, yeah, if you don't laugh, you cry. And
Yeah,
I think there's a bitterness with the writers that's what they want. They want to see unhappy fans. It's just the trend today.
right.
But all studios are running out of money, so they're going to have to rethink their strategy. Maybe, I don't know, this weird thing called customer service.
Yeah,
What a strange concept.
yeah.
But yep, that will do that. We're going to be talking about something else Sunday, and then we're back again in 2 weeks' time, isn't it? When we do these every 2 weeks,
Absolutely. Yeah, sounds good.
back with a retrospective. But already, you'll see the upcoming streams. Loads happening. Like, this channel does not stop, and we've just hit the new year running. And that's the way. This is the start of 2024. I'm looking forward to it, because yeah, it's already a lot of exciting stuff. So, as always, mate, great to have you on board for this.
Thank you.
So much fun to talk about. Doesn't matter material, just to come together and just riffing on movies and just having a laugh. That's what life's about.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me, man. This has been fun watching these 7 movies.
Absolute pleasure. Thanks to Levi and everybody in chat and everyone who's popped in there.
Yeah, thank you,
everyone
Levi.
watching. It's great. Anybody watching after the fact as well, just remember, we'll have our scheduled live streams. And if you want to keep up the channel, sign up the email newsletter once a week, give you an update, so you'll know exactly what's going on. And you get a dodgy exclusive video by me talking nonsense at you as well. So, don't know if that's a selling point or enough to put you off.
I like
it. But yeah, sign up to the newsletter. It's in, all the links are in the description. Just keep up to the channel.
Yeah.
Do take a be thicky things. Until next time, keep it creepy, keep it horrific.